All right, welcome back, friends, to episode number 9 of TWU True Words Unleashed. I have received many questions regarding the last episode, so let us address some of your most common questions with facts and evidence. Now, keep in mind, you guys, that these questions that we're going to be addressing today, some of them are going to be similar to one another because they're all related to each other. All right, you guys, so let's get started. First question. Roger, are you telling us to stop paying our union dues? No, absolutely not. That's not what I am telling you. What I am telling you is do whatever it is you want to do with your money. I am simply giving you the information so that you can decide what to do with your money. I am giving you the tools, the evidence, the information so that you can make your own personal decision about where your money should go. Friends, I personally have shown you what I have done in terms of how I stopped my automatic union dues deduction by filling out this form right here, which I am sharing with you. There it is right there, all right? I have stopped paying my union dues because I am 100% in support of unions. However, I am 100% against corruption. And since Local 258 has proven to me that it is a corrupt union, Local 258 will no longer receive any of my money. My money will no longer go into the pocket of a recording secretary who is not on the platform. My money will no longer go into the pocket of a sham president. My money will not go into the bank account of an organization that continues to attack me and organizes both illegal trials and illegal elections, which you end up paying for with your union dues. You guys, in the last episode, I showed you that I have created a savings account at the San Francisco Fire Credit Union for my 2-year-old son. And let me share my screen with you once again. There it is right there. So my union dues are now going into his bank account. You can see his bank account right there, you guys, and that's his first money that he received, $42.31, which is what we pay every 2 weeks to the union. So that is where my union dues will be going from now on. All right, next question. Roger, why did you pay your union dues by hand? All right, you guys, let me stop sharing my screen. All right, the reason why I was paying my union dues by hand in advance in cash was because I was not receiving a paycheck for the first 4 months in 2023. Therefore, my union dues were not being automatically deducted. And as a result, I voluntarily wanted to pay my union dues by hand in cash in advance because I was under the impression that I was going to finally receive a fair trial under Article 20 of the TWU Constitution. The problem was that I did not receive a fair trial under Article 20 of the TWU Constitution, and instead, Local 258 gave me another illegal trial under Article 21 of the TWU Constitution, which cost more than $10,000, which you ended up paying for with your voluntary union dues, you guys. So this meant that I had paid my union dues by hand in cash in advance because I was under the impression that I was going to be given a fair trial. Unfortunately, that money that I paid to the union was in vain because Local 258 did not give me a fair trial. So I ended up losing all of that money. I ended up paying my union dues in vain because I got absolutely nothing from it. So that's the reason why I paid my union dues by hand in cash in advance, you guys. All right. However, I want you guys to know very, very, very clear and frank about this. I will never again pay voluntary union dues to Local 258 because it is 100% completely voluntary. Next question. Roger, what do you mean union dues are 100% completely voluntary? Okay, in 2018, the Supreme Court of the United States issued their ruling pertaining to the court battle known as Janus versus AFSME. Let me share my screen with you. Okay, there it is right there. This is the case right here on your screen. That is the plaintiff right here, right there, Mark Janus versus AFSME. AFSME stands for the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees. You can just do a simple Google search, you guys, and you'll find all the legal documents on these different websites pertaining to the decision that says that you do not have to pay union dues. Paying union dues is not mandatory. Paying union dues is voluntary. because this is your money and you can choose to do whatever you want with your money. All right, you guys? Next question. Will I get fired if I stop paying union dues? No, you will not get fired. You will not lose your job. You will not lose your seniority. You will not lose your benefits. You will not lose your years of service. You will not lose your rail premium or your night premium or anything else. Why? Because these things are fully protected under the law, under the United States Supreme Court decision that we just mentioned. Remember that union dues are 100% voluntary. They are not mandatory. This is your money, you guys, and you choose to do whatever you want to do with your money. Next question. Am I still represented by the union if I stop paying union dues? Yes, you are still represented by the union because of the ruling from the Supreme Court that we just mentioned. And keep this in mind, you guys, all of the union chairpersons are paid 100% by the agency, by the entity, by the city and county of San Francisco, just like every other transit operator, automotive service worker, miscellaneous employee, and 9132 transit fare inspector. They are fully funded. Their paychecks come 100% from their employer, which is the city and county of San Francisco. So they have to represent you. All right, you guys. So that's the answer to that question. Next question. Roger, have you stopped paying your union dues? Yes, I have. I already answered that question. All right. Next question. If I stop paying union dues, can I pay again in the future? Yes. If you stop paying union dues, you can begin to pay again in the future at any point in time or never again. You can cancel at any time and you can subscribe at any time, you guys. This form that I just showed you on the screen a few minutes ago is simply telling the city and county of San Francisco to automatically take $42.31 and to put it into the bank account of Local 258. So like I stated, you can cancel at any time or you can subscribe at any time. It's kind of like a light switch. You can turn it on or off at your leisure, you guys. All right, next question. Will I be charged back pay if I stop paying union dues? Absolutely not. There is no such thing in Local 258 as back pay. So you do not need to worry about paying anything back to Local 258. All right, you guys. If anything, Local 258 owes you money. Next question. What happens if I get in trouble? All right. If you get into trouble, you guys, the union still has to represent you. This is what the law states as per the ruling of the 2018 Supreme Court decision that we have been mentioning quite often in this segment. All right, you guys? And keep this in mind, you guys, if you do get in trouble, you don't have to have those guys represent you. We can study the rules, the books, the laws together, and we can protect each other. We can defend one another. So you don't need them going in with you. Many times I have heard many of our members saying, well, you know what? My union rep didn't do anything for me. They just sat there. All right, well, you answered your own question right there, you guys. Next, how do I get the form to stop my union dues? All right, there are members at every single division that have these forms, so I'm sure that you're going to run into them at some point in time. You can also get this form from your union representative, and in case they say that they don't have it or they don't know what this is, well, you can easily access the form online from anywhere on the planet and simply print it. So let me share my screen with you so that I can show you how to do this. There it is right there. Just do a simple Google search and type in San Francisco Payroll Deduction Authorization Form. All right, there it is right there. Enter. There it is right there. Look at that. It's the very first link right there. There's different versions of this, you guys. I like to scroll down. Watch this. I like to scroll down, all right, and use the version that's bulgerleonardson.com. So there it is right there. You see that? bulgerleonardson.com. Click on that one. Boom, there it is. The reason why I like to use this version here is because it's the latest version, you guys. So after you print it, you can email it. Email it, you guys. To who? Here it is right here. Let me share the screen. You can email it to these people right here. It says highlighted president@twusf.org, or you can email it to pwilson@twusf.org, or you can email it to mdennis@twusf.org. I would recommend emailing it to all three of them, you guys. That way you have it documented time stamp, because remember, this is your money, all right, you guys? Keep this in mind. It's very, very important, you guys. Keep this in mind. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Once you fill out this form and once you mail it back, email it back to the email addresses that I just shared with you right there, it takes 2 full pay periods for this to go into effect, you guys. All right. So if you filled out the form today and you email it today, it will not go into effect until 2 pay periods later. Why does it take so long? That I cannot answer. That's just, I don't know, I guess the rules, the policy, or the timeline. I don't know, you guys, but it will go into effect 2 pay periods later. All right, you guys? All right. Next question. Is this a decertification? No, this is not a decertification. Decertification means that there is a petition that you have to sign and get 30% of the membership to sign off to say, I want to eliminate this union here and I want to go with this other union over there. And then that petition with 30% of the membership gets sent over to PERB, the Public Employment Relations Board, and then they move through the process in terms of hosting an election to see if our membership wants to decertify one union to go with another one. So this is not a decertification. This is simply you exercising your Janus rights under the United States Supreme Court ruling and decision that gives you the right to choose what you want to do with your money. All right, you guys? Next. If I stop paying union dues, will I lose my retirement? Absolutely not. You will not lose your retirement. Remember, you guys, your retirement comes from your employer, which is the CCSF, the City and County of San Francisco. You do not get anything from Local 258. Let me repeat that again. You do not get anything from Local 258 when you retire. You do not get any money. You do not get any incentives. You do not get a bonus. You do not get a retirement card. You do not get a handshake. You do not get a thank you from Local 258. You guys remember this, you guys. Back in Saturday, October 15th of 2022, I organized a special event in honor of our 3-digit cap numbered operators, whether they were active or retired, you guys. In this event, I organized this event specifically for the 3-digit numbered cap numbered operators, honoring their decades of service. And I honored them by presenting them with a $500 gold watch that was engraved with their personal information. And I also had their original class graduation photo printed and professionally framed as a Lifetime Achievement Award. And I wanted to establish that right there as precedent. So let me share my screen to show you guys. Where is it? There it is right there. Oh, the previous this right here, what you're seeing on the screen right there, you guys, that's my receipt of when I paid my union dues by hand. All right, you guys. So, unfortunately, I lost that money because, I did not receive a proper, legitimate, legal, fair trial. So that's my receipt right there, you guys. I'm waiting on my new receipt to come in. And then after that, no more union dues. Okay, the picture, there it is right there. That's the $500 watch that we purchased for the 3-digit cap numbered operators right there. So I'm sharing that with you so that you guys can see it. One of the many reasons, you guys, why this event was organized was because I was in the process of establishing a fund for members when they do indeed retire, so that we could honor them in the way that I just mentioned. This particular watch right here belongs to Daryl Marshall out of Woods Division, cap number 0925. He was actually the one that gave me the idea, the recommendation in terms of purchasing a watch for members when they retire, because he was sad that Local 258 did not give anything. And so Daryl Marshall, 2 thumbs up to you, buddy, for giving me that idea, bro. All right. Now, I also wanted to invest our money, you guys, so that when our members do retire, they would be issued some type of a monetary retirement check, anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, depending on their years of service. Now, imagine how good a retiree would feel knowing that they would be receiving a $10,000 check upon retirement from Local 258, you guys. And of course, this will not happen because Local 258 continues to waste your money fighting losing battles against me. All right, last couple of questions here. Roger, do we lose anything by not paying union dues? The only thing you lose, you guys, by not paying union dues is that you will not be able to participate in the election, meaning you will not be able to run for office in the election, and you will not be allowed to vote for office in the election. And if you don't care about that, then you got nothing to lose or worry about. And, keep this in mind, you guys, if the same people are going to be running for office and winning office, what the hell do we care? All right, you guys, next question. Two more questions. Here we go. Are we paying more union dues than is required? Let me share my screen. The answer is yes, you are paying more than is required. Let me share my screen right here. This is TWU Constitution Article 17. It says, and I quote, Section 1, effective January 1, 1978, the minimum monthly dues for membership in the Transport Workers Union shall be 2 times the hourly wage rate on the first day of the dues month, or $10.50, whichever is greater. So, do you guys remember when I mentioned to you guys about the third paycheck in the month that I mentioned to you guys a while back that we receive twice a year? You guys remember that? So twice a year, we receive 3 paychecks in those months. That happens twice a year. All right, you guys. So that is the payment that is above and beyond what we are supposed to be paying as per the TWU Constitution, Article 17 that we just read. Now, this is not illegal, you guys. This is not a violation because there are many unions that pay above, more above their minimum rate, right? So that's the minimum. You're allowed to pay more. Hell, if you want to pay $300 a month, you can pay for it. It's your money. It's 100% voluntary, you guys. Therefore, you can choose whatever you want to do. You can voluntarily choose to pay the union once a month if you want. You can voluntarily choose to pay the union twice a month if you want. Hell, if you want, you can pay the union every week if you want, because it is 100%. Look at this, you guys. 100%. Union dues are 100% voluntary. Voluntary. Do whatever you want with your money, you guys. It's your money. You want to pay once a month? Great. You want to pay twice a month? Great. You want to pay every week? It's voluntary, you guys. So you do whatever you want with it, right, you guys? Last 2 questions. If I'm out on leave, do I need to pay my union dues? No, you do not need to pay your union dues if you are out on leave. Why? Because union dues are voluntary, you guys. So look at your pay stub and make sure that your money is accurate. All right, last question. Roger, are you in support of unions or are you against unions? Let me share my screen with you guys so that I can answer that question with evidence, proof, documentation, because I like evidence, proof, and documentation. All right, that's us. That's me right there in the background holding up those banners with a couple of rank and file members. That's us in Oakland right there, you guys, with some staunch members protesting with ATU Local 192, fighting for hazard pay. All right, you guys? So that's to answer the question right there. Let's see what else we have here. Keep in mind, I asked our executive board to show up, and none of them showed up. Next up, let's see. Look at that picture right there, you guys. That's us marching down Market Street with some dedicated operators in solidarity with other unions. And of course, I invited the executive board, and not one chairperson showed up. Next up, let's see this picture here. All right, check that out. That's us right there standing and fighting alongside no. This is us marching with some militant operators. Yep, that's us marching right there. That's May Day. I remember that right there. Downtown San Francisco with other unions, with some hardcore militant operators. And once again, I invited the executive board, and not one chairperson showed up. This next picture right here, check that out, you guys. That's us standing, fighting alongside SEIU 1021. I invited all the executive board, and not one chairperson showed up, I believe. Can't remember. And last but not least, you guys see that picture down there in San Jose with Local 265. That's us supporting the Amalgamated Transit Union down in San Jose, Local 265. All right, you guys. So the question, Roger, are you in support of unions or are you against unions? I am 100% in support of unions, and I am 100% against corruption. So those photos that you just saw wasn't just me and our rank and file members in San Francisco. That was us in Oakland. That was us in San Jose. That was us in other cities supporting other unions, other locals, so that they can also support us. So notice that not one chairperson was in any of those photos, right, you guys? We are winding down, you guys, with time. That does it for all of the questions. And I want to leave you guys with this. Remember, you guys, that the power is in your hands because this is your money. The power is in your ability to choose what you want to do with your money. This is your opportunity to make the choice that you were never given before. And that choice is whether or not you want to give your money to Local 258 or do you want to give your money to your family. At this moment, there are two different camps. There are two different teams, you guys. The first team is the team that gives their money to the union. The second team is the team that gives their money to their family. I am on the latter team, you guys. Remember, friends, it is your choice and your money. Whatever you decide to do with your money will be the right choice for you and your family. Remember, you guys, to subscribe to our channel here so you can join us next Wednesday, because every Wednesday we produce one more educational video. And on our next episode, we will continue to bring you more facts with evidence. And with the last slide, as always, you guys, I am going to share with you the TWU top leadership information in the East Coast in case you would like to email them, call them, contact them, and tell them what team you have decided to join. All right, you guys? Until next time, stay strong, stay safe out there, you guys.